Hi friend, welcome back. Today we're going to do a shorter but a strong standing practice to help us feel a little bit more grounded and invigorate us. Maybe on days inside we feel a little sluggish or slow. This kind of practice can help us wake up and again get grounded. And we'll start right away in mountain pose. On commence dans la posture de la montagne. C'est vrai, vous pouvez garder les grosses orteils collés, les talons séparés. Big toes touch heels slightly apart as long as that stance feels most comfortable. At some point as the belly grows, widening the space between the feet makes sense. You can take your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly. And as you're ready to, go ahead, exhale, close your eyes. And feel free to bend your knees a bit. You can sway yourself side to side, lifting and spreading your toes here. Feel like you widen the surface of your feet. You also start to relax your feet into the ground. And toes lift and spread. Feel the texture underneath your feet. Feel your heels pressing down, the mounds under your big toes as well, the mounds under your baby toes. You might sway forwards, backwards, side to side, just gently, just slightly. Ouvre les poings bien répartis entre le pied droit et le pied gauche, mais aussi entre la plante des pieds et les talons. And working a two-part breath. Inhale, feel the breath touch the hand on your chest first. And then the hand on the belly, you feel the lower belly fill. Exhale, empty the hand on your belly and then the hand on your chest. Inhale, feel the top of the lungs, feel the bottom of the lungs, feel the belly. Exhale, empty the belly, empty the upper part of your chest. Maybe continue with your sway, your rock, your little dance side to side. Continue to drop your attention right down into the ground. Bones of the feet connecting down more mindfully. And if you'd like, you inhale through your nostrils, you can exhale out through your mouth, like a loud out breath, stick out your tongue. Create that intention here and now to get a little bit more grounded in the body. We're dropping out of busy mind. And we're using the breath to help us do just that. You can bring your movement to a stop. Blink your eyes open as you're ready, hands at your chest. Still, the knees aren't locked. The legs feel strong. Feel free to join me as we inhale for 1 Om. On inspire par les narines, expirez pour Aum. We'll release our arms, step into your left foot, lift your right knee, open the right knee to the right, take your right toes to the ground, your right foot to your left calf, or using your hands, you can place your right foot against your inner left thigh. Keep an awareness down through the left foot. This kind of balance work, it maybe looks simple, it's not easy. You could do it with your left hand at a wall if need be. Et on repousse le pied l'intérieur de la jambe. Encore une fois, on évite le genou, donc c'est soit en haut ou en bas du genou gauche, à l'intérieur de la jambe gauche. Et ramenez le genou droit vers l'avant. Come back to mountain pose, stepping into the right foot, lift your left knee. I open my left knee to my left. Avoid the knee joint itself. Your hands press together, lengthen through the spine. You can relax your shoulders down your back. I try to feel that I pull up with the strong muscles of my right thigh as I hug those muscles to the thigh bone. And even as maybe the muscles of the lower leg start to fatigue, I try to keep that sense that the toes are relaxed. The toes of the right foot nice and relaxed. Open the left hip. Je dirige le genou gauche vers l'extérieur et je ramène la hanche gauche vers l'avant. Genou gauche vers l'avant, pied gauche au sol. Relâchez les bras, soulevez les bras, entrelacez les doigts. Inhale, feel like you lengthen or slightly drop your tail. Get as long as you can on your in-breath. Keep both legs strong as you reach your body up and over to your right. You don't have to move very fast, you don't have to move very far. So I'm not locking my knees. I'm trying to hug muscle to bone in both legs and both thighs now. You can go ahead and reach for your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, keep that sense of lower back lengthening, as well as a sense of the belly, like your navel, or as belly grows, you can feel like you're hugging baby up and in towards the spine, just so that we're not sinking into our lower back. Two or three more breaths. You're welcome to float up a little bit more towards vertical. As you inhale and exhale, keep reaching up and over to your right. And then float up, inhale, use your legs, push your feet down, bend your elbows, bend your knees. Allez-y, changez l'entrecroisement des doigts. Sur une inspiration, allongez jusqu'au bout des doigts. Sur une expiration, basculez vers votre gauche. On a plusieurs respirations dans une flexion sur le côté. Vraiment une belle et une puissante posture debout aussi. Continuez de vous enraciner pour vous élever. Neck long in line with the rest of the spine. Continue to lengthen both sides of your waist. Stretch between each rib. Avoid sinking or collapsing into the lower back. Push your feet down. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, you'll bring your hands to your chest. Touch the floor. Regardez les pieds parallèles. Touchez le sol comme point de référence. If you need to open your feet a little wider, open your feet a little wider. So this is Utkatasana. Vu de côté, c'est une chaise. The feet as wide as you need. Try touching the ground, lowering your seat, keep the seat low. Again, you can come down a little bit lower, touch the ground. Inhale, reach just the arms up. Keep your awareness still, like mountain pose, distributed evenly between the left, the right foot, between the heels and the fronts of the feet. You can touch the floor. Inhale. Exhale, take your left hand plenty of room, even for a big belly. I have enough room to create the feel, the action of a twist. J'allonge la colonne en inspirant. Je peux mettre l'emphase sur la torsion à partir du haut du dos. Je garde les pieds parallèles, je garde les genoux qui pointent vers l'avant. You want to take the back of your left hand to your outer right thigh, go ahead. Sit as low as you can, lengthen your spine, continue to twist, all with your toes relaxed. Pardon the pause. You'll inhale, push your feet down from your twist Utkatasana, reach yourself up, and just a little bit back to help you release the twist. No need to overly arch your back. Keep a sense of support, lower abdomen lifted, and then hands through your chest. J'ai encore les pieds larges, je descends les hanches. You can touch the floor again as your point of reference. Widen the feet if need be. Utkatasana. So in your practice, you never want to feel as belly grows that you're creating any kind of uncomfortable compression. Never feel restricted in your movements. If you do, then we modify. Touch the ground, sit low, keep the seat low. 2 more times, toes lifted, spread, relaxed. Je touche le sol, je remonte juste le haut du corps. Last time, touch the floor. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Take your right hand to your outer left knee. It could be the back of the right hand at a certain point. Lower your seat. Rotation. Asseyez-vous un peu plus bas. Garde le poids toujours bien réparti entre la plante des pieds et les talons. Few deep breaths. Lengthen my spine every breath in, I twist every breath out. Create space to move where you find there's space to move. Sitting nice and low, last 3 breaths. Push your feet down, inhale, stretch your legs, reach up. You can look up, place your hands at your lower back, fingers point down. Je les mains placées sur l'arrière du bassin. Les pieds toujours enracinés. J'inspire. J'allonge toute la colonne chaque inspiration, puis je ramène les omoplates l'un vers l'autre. Je resserre les omoplates pour rapprocher les coudes. Attention avec le cou, gardez la tête supportée, so you're not letting your head fall back. You feel free to bend the knees just a little bit so you're sure you're not locking your knees. Feel still this continual support of the ground. So front of rib cage lifts. Lift the back of the heart. Push your feet down, come on up. Exhale, you can come back to mountain pose, so just me turning side to side. You can come back left hand to your chest, right hand to your belly, and notice the effects of your practice just this far. The effects of these poses in your body. Maybe as well, how does your breath move differently than it did a few moments ago? Soulevez les bras. Expirez. Pliez en deux. Moi, j'ai les pieds larges. At a certain point, as belly becomes bigger, then our feet just are wide. Our feet are hip width distance. You'll know when you need to modify in that direction. I have blocks here. If you're comfortable folding further forward, go for it. You could substitute blocks with any kind of props that you find at home, like a stack of books or like a children's toy or anything that you find around your house. We'll bend our knees, advance the right foot, set the left foot back. There's lots of room for the belly. If you want your props underneath your hands, then go for it. Or you can lace your fingers, just climb up on your right thigh. Back heel lifted on top of the back toes. Right knee bent 90 degrees. Here, reach your arms back. Lace your fingers behind your back, right thumb in front of your left thumb. And I hug belly, like the belly button, or I hug growing belly towards the spine, so the back of my body feels quite wide. Stretch your knuckles back towards your left heel. Keep breathing as you press the front of the left thigh to the back of the left thigh. This feels like a pretty big hip stretch. Sweep your arms up on an inhale. Soulevez les bras. Continuez à plier dans le genou avant. Encore quelques respirations ici. Entrelacez les doigts. Les index dégagés. On an exhale, hands back to your right side. Hands back to the props, or go ahead. Hands to the ground. I have lots of space for belly as I move my right foot just a little bit more to the right. Again, create space as you notice that you need more space. Shifting the hips back from low lunge. It can be that your hands are either side of your right foot. It can be that your hands are inside the right leg as you need. So get to a hamstring stretch. Bend, left knee bent, right leg long. Dépliez le genou droit. Beau dos long. I feel like I'm pressing the top of my right thigh towards the bottom of my right thigh. Few more breaths. Try to explore and actually open where it feels less comfortable. You can come back, hands to the floor inside your right foot, hands to the ground, downward facing dog. Exhale, step your right foot back. Going down dog, your hands are shoulder distance, les mains à la largeur des épaules, les pieds parallèles à la largeur des hanches. Allongez les doigts, allongez les bras, allongez la colonne et ensuite essayez d'allonger les jambes. Bending at your knees, you can go ahead and walk, you can even jump your feet to your hands if you're comfortable doing so. Halfway lift your hands on the ground or on the shins or on your props. And you exhale, hands to the floor, left foot steps forward so the right leg steps back. You're into a runner's lunge. Soulevez talon droit par-dessus les orteils. Après, on peut garder les mains au sol ou on peut grimper sur la cuisse gauche. Si j'ai besoin d'une base un peu plus large, je le prends. On déplace en pied droit un peu vers la droite. Les bras vers l'arrière, droit entrelacé, pouce gauche par-dessus pouce droit. Le cou allongé ici. Les coudes légèrement fléchis. Je travaille l'ouverture des hanches, l'endurance au niveau des jambes. Je renforce les fessiers et les cuisses. Et respirez de manière profonde et constante. You can keep your back heel lifted as it is. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. You don't have to move into a very deep back bend. Feel like you're lifting the front of your right hip. Maybe join your fingers interlock and the index pointing just straight up. Your hands back to your left thigh. Hands can come to the floor inside your left leg, or use your prop. Shift your hips back. You can get away with no props if your arms are a little bit longer, fingertips to the floor. Ardha or half Hanumanasana, jambe gauche allongée et le dos aussi allongé. Swivel your hips a bit, left hip more back in space. So you shift around and see where you need breath the most. Five or six deep breaths. If you feel to inhale nose, exhale out through an open mouth, you absolutely can. Expirant peut-être un soupir, sortez la langue. Now give attention where attention is due. And then walking forward, I bring my hands back inside my left foot. And I step back to downward facing dog, replie les pieds gauche. Inhale, high plank. If you feel better doing plank on your knees, do plank on your knees. If you don't feel good in plank, you don't have to practice plank. You can stay in downward facing dog. High plank, legs strong. Exhale here. Inhale. Lower the hips, chest opening into upward facing dog. Je soulève le haut des cuisses loin du sol. Puis je peux repasser par les genoux, chien inversé. Inhale, top of the push-up. Look forward, exhale here. Inhale, feel free to point your toes. Upward facing dog, the legs very strong. The thighs not on the ground. Soulevez les cuisses du sol. Chien inversé. Ou allez-y, inspirez jusqu'au chien redressé. You can inhale all the way to upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Please take 3 to 4 breaths. Inhale nose, exhale it through your mouth if you like. You're gonna in down dog, lift your right leg, inspirez, soulevez la jambe droite. Baissez l'extérieur de la hanche droite et essayez de déplier le genou droit. So 3-legged dog, right thumb comes to your left thumb, déplacez main droite vers la main gauche, déplacez pied droit vers l'extérieur de la main droite, back heel lifted, find your wide enough base, find the high lift. Lots of space around your lower back, so you're not letting the heavier belly pull you into a sway back. Use this kind of pose as a hip opener. Leg strengthener. And then go ahead, open the front body, front length of the spine. On an exhale, warrior 2. Pivot your left heel to the floor. Talon gauche au sol. Je déplace le pied avant, plus vers le milieu du tapis pour que les 2 talons soient maintenant alignés. Et je plie encore plus loin dans le genou droit. Soulevez bras droit. You wanted to bend your right elbow, you could. Grab your shirt, for example. It's possible that the fingers join. And you can open across the shoulders in your dancing warrior. Reaching forward, keep the right knee bent, right elbow onto your right thigh, left arm lifted. Lengthen the spine, you twist with every exhale. Maybe right arm right arm long rather, and pressing against the inside of the right thigh. Fill the back body. Option to pass the left arm behind your back. Keep bending into your front knee. On an inhale, come back up. you find yourself with both legs long, so I'm not trying to bend my knee anymore, but I'm also not locking my knee. Uttita Trikonasana, inhale, with the lower back really wide, shift forward. You can use a prop or a few props, you know, like maybe the height of a speaker or something that you have at home. Otherwise, lightly rest your right hand onto your right shin. My navel points towards the ground. I inhale, lengthen, and exhale, feel like I'm in a twist. A twist with my ribs and maybe lift my gaze. Push your feet down, straight legs come on up. Behind your back, take your fists together, reach for opposite elbows, or take your hands closer together, reverse namaste. So, seen from the front, j'ai les pieds à la largeur des hanches, j'ai pas les pieds croisés. C'est important pour nous aider à garder notre équilibre. Donc, pied droit dans la voie droite, pied gauche dans la voie gauche, Parsvottanasana. It's a hamstring stretch similar to the half Hanuman that we did a few minutes ago. And again, as the shoulder opener, I can take my fists together, reach for my elbows, or go ahead and reverse namaste. Inhale, I open the front body. Exhale, I start to come forward without letting the belly pull on my back, so I'm not sway back, front ribs in. A nice long and stable torso here. Try straightening both legs. Take a wider base as you need it, you know, as you get towards the end, you might need to take a slightly wider base, and it's all good. You can take your fingers to the floor or onto whatever props you're working with. Widen the base if you need. Exhale, fold to any extent that's comfortable. It can be just a gesture of bowing the chin to the chest. Step onto your right foot. Je peux reculer le pied droit. Here, you know, again, any kind of height that you're working with, or your fingers to the floor. I'm looking to lengthen my left heel back. Je pousse le talon gauche vers l'arrière. J'allonge le sternum ou la poitrine vers l'avant. Warrior 3. Lower your outer left hip. Maybe the arms reach back. Stay for 5. Most feel like you're hugging your inner thighs together as you lengthen both legs more. On an inhale, go ahead, find your way up to standing, hands at your chest. Exhale, step your left foot to the floor. Come back to mountain pose. Left hand to your chest, right hand to your belly. Might be a quicker beat of your heart. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Look up, exhale, fold in half. Les doigts au sol ou les mains sur les supports. You know, make sure you have enough room for belly as it gets bigger. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. I'm going to square my hips and lengthen both knees, the backs of both knees. Left thumb towards the right thumb. I step my left foot outside my left hand. Go ahead, climb up. Widen the base if need be. Find your balance. And then bring your breath with you as you lift up. We lift all the way up. Remember to bend into your front knee. To drop or lengthen your tail a little bit more under. Keep working a stretch, a really big stretch of the front body. Just avoid collapsing into the back body. This right thigh is solid. It's still pressing towards the ceiling. So coming back to a more neutral neutral spine, exhale into warrior two. Line up the heels, bend into your front or your left knee this time. Les talons alignés, le genou gauche plié. Soulevez bras gauche. Jambes arrière solides et les hanches à niveau. Baissez les hanches. Peut-être plier coude gauche, peut-être même passer bras droit derrière. Attraper, mettons une sangle, ça peut être une serviette, comme ça peut être votre chandail. Ou essayez d'accrocher les doigts. On continue à respirer dans le guerrier exalté. Lower your hips, lower your center of gravity. Release to come into an extended side angle. Left forearm onto, or press your left forearm against your inner left thigh. Right arm perhaps passing behind your back, hook the inner left thigh, inner left hip crease. 5 or 6 breaths. I'm still straightening my back leg, so I find a lot of nice hip opening for both hips. Even though sensations are different in both hips, they're still opening for both hips. Coming back to warrior two. Lengthen your left leg. You can make sure that your left toes point forward. Heels in the same line. Both legs straight and strong. Inhale. Especially as belly gets bigger, let your belly point on an angle. I'm not trying to point my belly straight forward, for example. I angle my belly down. And that will change how it feels in the lower back. I'm doing my best to lengthen my left leg, lengthen my right leg. And still fill the back body with breath. Very little weight in the left hand. I push my feet down to come on up. Exhale, les poings, attrapez coude opposé ou allez-y avec le prière inversé. Mais regarde comment je déplace mes pieds pour que mes pieds soient à la largeur de mes hanches ou un peu plus larges. Parshvottanasana, inhale. Lengthen both legs, start to come forward, don't be in a rush to come down. Fill the back body, lengthen. I'm trying to lengthen my left leg too as I lift the left kneecap with the front of the left thigh. To engage the front of my thighs to lengthen the back of my thighs. I feel like I'm holding this in my legs. You can bring your fingertips to the floor, onto some height, lengthen. As you get to the end, you can widen your base. Bow, step onto your left foot. Maybe step your left foot back just a bit, right leg parallel to the floor. If you have some height, great. If you don't, you can work without it. Je garde mon poids vraiment dans le pied gauche. Et je dégage les bras. Long legs, stable, solid torso. Belly or maybe in towards the spine. Lower your outer right hip still. And breathe. On your way up with balance and control, or as much as you can find with balance and control, set your right foot to the floor, come back to your mountain. You can close your eyes, you can sway side to side. Just checking the time here. Yeah, feel free to grab a sip of water if you need it. We'll come back through our mountain like before the tree. This time as you keep your right ankle flexed, cross it over your left thigh just above the knee. For this work, I can straight up face a wall if that helps me feel more stable. So at the wall, pardon me turning away from you, but I can press my hands into a wall. So lift the right leg, cross the right ankle, start to lower your hips without lowering your upper body. Donc je ne me penche pas vers l'avant. or do it still at the wall. Four or five more breaths. Inhale, stand up. You can lengthen your right leg to set your right foot to the floor. Come back through mountain. And then step into your right foot. Flex your left ankle over your right thigh. Start to lower the torso. Get into some lovely hip opening. One hand or both hands to a wall if that helps you feel just more stable, more safe with it. Je m'assois de plus en plus bas. I can keep my hands at my chest or reach my arms back, touch my index, my thumbs, or I could take my left thumb over my right thumb. Enjoy lowering the seat into a deeper hip opening. Stay for a few big breaths. On your way up, lengthen your left leg and set your left foot to the floor, mountain pose. Big breath in, exhale it through your mouth if you like. And then bending your knees, you'll step your right foot back. It looks like a wide-legged squat, which it is. J'ai pas les pieds parallèles, mais j'ai les orteils qui pointent un peu vers l'extérieur. Inhale, you can start to lower your hips. Vu de côté, j'essaie de garder mon haut du dos pas vers l'avant, mais le haut du corps plutôt droit lorsque je roule les cuisses vers l'extérieur. Pardon the pause, I have to charge my phone. Remember to charge it. So yeah, a few more minutes here. You're lowering your hips, rocking side to side. You can stick out your tongue. You can let go of a few deeper exhales out. Right elbow lifts, take your left hand to the right elbow, front ribs in. Weight into your heels, weight evenly distributed between your left, your right foot, between the heels and the fronts of your feet. If it makes sense to pass your left arm behind you, go ahead, hook your fingers. I really am working this like front body moving in, so the back body still feels wide. Same story as always, I don't want to feel like I'm here, but back body wide, and then the hips get to open. Go ahead, inhale nose, exhale, open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Relax your toes, 2 more breaths. You can exhale something louder. Bring your elbows to your thighs, get a little bit lower, rocking side to side. So elbows on your thighs, keep your right heel to the ground. Ardha Skandasana, left leg lengthens, left ankle flexed. J'ai pas le talon droit qui se décolle du sol, talon droit enraciné. It feels, as much as it feels like a stretch, you're still keeping some tension or strength in your hamstrings. Yes, you almost feel like from here you could stand all the way up. Push into that right heel. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, point your toes straight forward. Walk your hands forward, imagine yourself in downward facing dog. Donc je repousse le sol pour allonger la colonne et pour allonger les ischio-jambiers. Si c'est faisable et confortable, c'est vrai qu'on peut marcher les mains en dessous les épaules, en dessous la poitrine pour continuer à reculer les mains. As you head towards like the very end, last few weeks of your pregnancy, you can work something more like a flat back, even hands onto a book or some support. so that you give baby to space to move around. Just towards the end, the deep forward bends might not feel as comfortable or accessible. Walk your hands under your shoulders, hands to the top of your mat, step back to down dog. You're welcome to stay or welcome to flow. Remember before how we came like a wave all the way into up dog, skipping chaturanga entirely. You can work that way. You can move through your knees. Or you can inhale, high plank, top of the push-up. Feel free to set your knees to the floor, bend your elbows. Now, if you're at the beginning of your pregnancy and landing on your belly is comfortable, that's all good. When it's no longer comfortable, we just avoid it. But we can still practice our flow. Through the knees or not. Last option, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. I like the full flow because nothing's in the way. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees, lift the heels, walk or hop. You can have your feet hip width, lengthen and bow. Push your feet down, come all the way up. Come back to your mountain pose. And then I'll stay facing you, but you'll bend your knees and step your left foot back into the sky. Okay? So goddess pose. Get nice and low. Open, grounded, relaxed, lift, spread the toes, stick out the tongue, whatever you feel like. And lift my left elbow, right hand to the pointy part of the elbow. Encore une fois, les orteils, relax, écartés. Peut-être passer bras droit derrière le dos. Attrapez une serviette ou votre chandail. Play with how low can you go. And yeah, move it around for sure. Few deep breaths. And lift my spine, widen the back body, and lower the hips. All without getting stressed in the feet or in the face. And now while letting the breath flow more deeply. Elbows to your thighs. Inhale nostrils, exhale mouth. Maybe a sound, expire. One more time, breath in. Any sound that wants to leave the body. Shifting into Ardha Skandasana without the left heel leaving the floor. So essentiel que le talon gauche reste vissé au sol. Je peux également utiliser des supports ici. Oui, j'essaie de descendre les hanches, mais je ne veux pas m'affaisser dans la posture. I don't want to just collapse. I want to feel like I'm balancing. Strength, stability, and flexibility. So you can be a little bit higher up too, and it's all good. Right leg lengthening, hips descending. Feel like you support yourself from underneath, strong seat. Ardha Skandasana. Push your left heel into the ground. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Point your toes forward. Left hand can come to a book or the floor. Little twist, right hand to your lower back. J'allonge la colonne, inspirez, puis je me retrouve dans un twist, peut-être soulever le bras droit. You can even take your right hand, hook your left hip crease behind you. Remind yourself to not move your hips. Right hand to floor, left hand lower back. Inhale and lengthen, exhale and twist. Hands to the ground, walk your hands to the top of your mat. Step back to down dog. And then option to stay or 3 final flows. Inhale high, exhale chaturanga, up and through or on the belly. You can always move through your knees. You can skip chaturanga, inhale like a wave, come forward. Exhale, down dog. Last time, if you want, you drop to your knees, bend your elbows. And then before, if you have a belly of a size, before the belly touches the ground, take your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, lift your heels, walk or jump, halfway fold. Come all the way up, come back to your mountain pose. Left hand to your chest, right hand to your belly. Right elbow out to the side. Grab your right foot from the outside, or turn your palm only out. It won't work if you twist your wrist. You can take your right foot from inside, and I'm already conveniently at a wall. I can take my left hand to a wall for dancer's pose. Notice how I'm practicing that same feel of the back body wide. I bring the front ribs in, belly, baby towards the spine, and then I start to press the right foot back and up. The left arm can reach up by your ear. And if it helps you balance, you can reach your left arm further forward. You're going to take many breath cycles to work on a back bend that actually doesn't feel like you're sinking into or collapsing into your back. Left hand to wall for balance if you like. Keep going, right ankle back and up. Front right hip moves forward. So we still feel abdominal strength, support, especially in our back bending practice. And the back bends might feel nice because there's nothing in our way. 5, 4, 3. Come on up, exhale, mountain pose. You can sway side to side, inhale nose, exhale mouth. Bend your left elbow, grab your left ankle, foot, even the shin, so you don't have to turn. I'm just turning so you can see it a little bit better. J'ai pas la poignée gauche tournée. J'ai la main droite contre le mur, si ça m'aide à trouver ma stabilité, mon équilibre. Et en premier, en allongeant le bas du dos vers le sol, en rentrant les côtes inférieures, je trouve que j'étire l'avant de la hanche de la cuisse gauche un peu plus. Et ensuite, je commence à pousser le pied gauche contre la main gauche. I'd like a good part of a minute here, pressing the left foot back and up, so I don't have to move fast. If I move fast, I might burn out, and I want to endure. Stay present and even enjoy, even the tricky parts. Right arm reaches high, left foot presses back. Keep breathing. Stable standing leg, je baisse l'extérieur de la hanche de la cuisse gauche. 5. Inhale lifts you back up, exhale brings you back to your mountain. Inhale nose, exhale mouth if you like. To close, come back into the same tree we started in. Weight into your left foot, right toes to the floor, foot to your calf or foot to your thigh. You can stretch your arms up this time. Interlace your fingers, release the index, or lacing the fingers, press your palms to the ceiling. Dernière posture d'équilibre, dernière posture nourrissante pour les hanches. If you want to bend your left elbow, do this one again. Or actually my idea was the reverse namaste. So je peux soit entrelacer les doigts encore une fois, soit de prière inversée. Point, coude opposé, ou allez-y avec la prière inversée. Few breaths. And the front body feels open, but the back of the body feels wide too. Right, hands back to your chest, right knee forward, step down. Last side. Lift the left knee, open the left knee to the left. Last few breaths, stretch up. You could look up, you could touch a wall for balance. You can play with any shoulder opener, reverse namaste. So yeah, I'll call this practice standing practice or part 1, and then I'll add some more floor sequences that you can pick and choose depending on what you feel like on any given day, or how much time you have, how much energy you have. A few more breaths. Left knee forward, come back to mountain pose. Close your eyes again. Maybe bend your knees and sway. Rock forwards, backwards, find weight evenly distributed between your left, your right foot. The toes nice and long and relaxed. You can listen in or join in as we seal this part of our practice with one Om. Inspirez pour Om. Thanks for being here, everyone. We'll see you real soon. All the best. Namaste.